Hey folks, Mark here. Today we're diving into Honor's End, a cooperative deck building adventure that throws you into the boots of knights struggling to protect their honor against overwhelming odds. 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, 90 to 120 minutes of tough choices, clutch teamwork, and more than a few groans when the dice don't go your way. The kingdom is in danger. The Zodi are pressing against the crown, and whispers of an older, darker power begin to stir. You and your company of knights are summoned to the capital, not just to fight battles, but to hold on to your honor. If your honor ever drops to 0, the story ends in defeat. But if you can bring down that final level 3 enemy with even a sliver of honor left, your tale becomes legend. However, if that threat track ever maxes out and you're told to move it again, that's it. The realm falls and your honor fades with it. Now, there are 2 ways to face your fate in Honor's End. In story mode, you'll follow a branching narrative across multiple chapters, unlocking new heroes, choices, and consequences that carry forward from battle to battle. That might be my favorite way to play this game. It's cinematic and it's character driven, a campaign where your company's legacy is written one decision at a time. Or, if you want to jump straight into the fight, adventure mode lets you take on a series of escalating enemies in a single session, focusing purely on tactical play, teamwork, and survival. Now, you don't start bristling with power, you start humble. A handful of basic actions, 1 hero to inspire you, a wound already clogging your deck, and just a couple of items. A piece of equipment to lean on, and a consumable potion you'll want to save for that perfect moment. The board sets the stage with your honor track, the ever-climbing threat track, the temple and monarchy reward tracks, and across the table, the first enemy daring you to stand against it. Now, each round of the game begins with the enemy phase. Pressing the attack, it marches forward, its abilities triggering and danger dice piling into the pool. You and your fellow knights divide these dice, roll them, and suddenly you're staring at dishonor, wounds, and the promise of pain if you can't cover them or block them. They don't hit yet, that comes later, but you feel the pressure immediately, and while you're scrambling to deal with those dice, the tracks keep creeping upward in the background. The enemy track marks their advance, the threat track tightens like a noose, and if either one boils over, the enemy doesn't just get stronger, it crushes you, round after round, until you bring it down. Each player will take the danger dice that they rolled and place them on their player board, hoping they have the ability to block them. They don't hurt yet, like I said, but you can see exactly what's waiting if you can't cover them. Then the leader rallies the company with 1 piece of equipment, and suddenly everyone benefits from it for that particular round. It's the little rallying cry before the clash begins. Then comes the real heart of the game, the action phase. On your turn, you're staring down a hand of 5 cards, figuring out whether to shield, strike, or build resources. Do you play a shield to cover the dishonor in front of you, or push damage through before the enemy grows stronger? Do you chain cards to climb the temple track for divine favor, or tuck one under your hero for a powerful bonus later? Or maybe you discard a card just to boost a teammate. Now, sometimes you'll gamble on a reroll, trying to turn a bad die into something better. And other times you'll trash a wound, either by meeting its tuck requirement or using a card with a trash action, thinning out your deck so you can fight more cleanly. Every hand is its own puzzle, and the whole team is piecing it together at once. And then we have the inspiration dice, your best moments of hope in a game that doesn't hand them out lightly. You earn them through cards and teamwork, storing them for the perfect time. When you finally roll one, it might give you a wild icon, a shield, or even an extra play. You can't hang on to a rolled result though, so every use feels like a small gamble, the difference between barely holding the line or turning the tide completely. And when the dust finally settles, any unshielded dice strike, and they strike hard. Dishonor chips away at your honor, wounds pile into your deck, and the pressure builds from there. After all the effects have been resolved, the dice clean up as well. So the black dice return to the pool unless you are able to shield them on a yellow safe, which lets you send up to 2 of those dice back to the supply. And gray dice always return to the supply, and used inspiration dice also get sent back as well. Now comes the big payoff. You spend the resources you earned, climbing the temple and monarchy tracks to unlock rewards like new heroes, advanced actions, equipment, consumables, inspiration dice, honor boosts, and even the power to throw a black danger die right back into the supply. And of course, all the damage you dealt lands on the enemy. If it drops to 0, you finish the round and brace for what's next. If not, you reset, redraw, and pass the leadership to the next knight. But this game, it never lets up. Each enemy you defeat just escalates the danger even more. In story mode, you'll head back into the book, following branching paths, unlocking new challenges, and permanently shaping your company. In adventure mode, you'll face trait cards that bless and curse in equal measure. And when the enemy track resets for the next fight, the threat always advances, the noose tightening just a little more with every step. Now, what I love most about this game is how much it feels like a true cooperative struggle. Nobody carries the team. Every choice truly matters. You're constantly leaning across the table, saying things like, if you cover that wound, I can push 3 damage. Or do I go all in temple this turn? Or do we need honor back now? Those little back and forths, the laughter when a die roll goes sideways, and the relief when someone can shield at just the right moment, those are the heartbeat of this game. So that's just an overview of Honor's End. It's a tense, story-driven deck builder where honor is precious, teamwork is essential, and every round feels like a battle for survival. The real question is, when the last enemy falls, will you still have your honor? Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now with that said, this game has pretty much all the things I love about board gaming. It's cooperative play. It has action cards that can be used in various ways to gather resources, to do damage. You can even tuck cards to use their icon to trigger effects at the bottom of the cards. Really some neat stuff. And of course, it's a dice chucker as well, which I love. The inspiration dice particularly are very cool because you can get wild icons that can be used like the cards that tuck at the bottom of the action cards. Really some neat stuff there. And of course, there's all kinds of heroes that you can get in your deck, and it is a deck builder. So you can get those heroes. You also get wounds throughout the course of the game. They're going to dirty up your hand, and you have the potions and all kinds of equipment that you can tap into. And those equipment cards really can be game changers throughout the course of the game. And the leader has the ability to place the leader token on one of those cards that they possess and allows everyone at the table to take advantage of it, which is really cool. Now, it is a fully cooperative game, like I said, and that might be my favorite aspect for sure, because you truly feel like everyone is making valid and meaningful decisions to that particular round of the game. There's a lot of back and forth conversation across the table as you play your cards simultaneously. So some really neat things for sure. A lot of neat decisions to be made. But folks, ultimately, if it looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me. And until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.